I'm Lori Guilmartin, formerly head of public services for the libraries at Virginia Commonwealth University in Qatar, and now of the Pratt Institute Libraries. My co-presenter is Tiffany Schureman, University Archivist at VCU Qatar. Our presentation is Past, Present, Future, Digital Fashion Image Archives and Library Instruction. This presentation will illustrate issues organizations may face when selecting a digital asset management system, how organizations can promote the use of their digital asset management systems, and how these systems can be integrated into library instruction at academic institutions. We've illustrated our talk with pictures from our annual and very popular student fashion show. Qatar is located on a small peninsula off the eastern coast of Saudi Arabia, with a population of approximately 2 million people and the highest per capita income in the world. Virginia Commonwealth University was the first American university invited to operate a satellite campus in Qatar, focusing on art and design studies. It has since been followed by other notable American, British, and Canadian universities, including Georgetown University, Northwestern University, Carnegie Mellon, and Texas A&M. VCU Qatar offers 5 undergraduate majors and an MFA program to approximately 350 students. One of the more popular and visible majors with a strong record of student placement into jobs in the design field is fashion design. Luna is a digital asset management system that was purchased by VCU Qatar in 2005. Its primary use at this university is to archive and manage images related to the history and development of VCU Qatar and current events. Many of these are fashion-related, particularly resulting from the yearly student fashion show. Luna holds approximately 15,000 locally produced images. It can be accessed by faculty, staff, and students from both on and off campus. Though our university invests significant money and staff time into the Luna database, we suspected that it was not being used to its full potential, so we decided to assess how one segment of our patron base, our fashion design faculty and students, interact with Luna. How aware of it are they? How do they use it? What problems have they faced using it? And therefore, how can we better help them to use Luna? We in the VCU Qatar libraries also face the usual challenges in making library instruction relevant and memorable to students. Though our students are strong artists and designers, Qatar does not have an existing library culture. Even more so than American students, our students come to us with few research skills beyond cursory Googling and a poor understanding of intellectual property rights. We suspected that we could use Luna images to connect students to their developing roles as not just consumers of information, but creators of intellectual property. Thus, we might be able to use their investment in their own work to increase their awareness of information literacy concepts. Ultimately, we sought to use our improved knowledge of our patrons' understanding and use of Luna to improve our library instruction program. Several patron groups in Qatar and at our home campus in Richmond, Virginia, make regular use of Luna images. Our communications offices and upper administration utilize photos of campus events and student work for publicity materials and reports. After we recently instituted a system for faculty promotion, we've received requests from faculty from all academic fields for images of their work and related events to include in promotion dossiers. And we regularly help students and alumni to locate images of their design work and exhibits to use in professional portfolios and applications for internships and jobs. Still, we suspect that the Luna database is underused. We suspect that many faculty and students don't know what it is or how they could benefit from it. To begin to assess this situation, we prepared a brief survey. Because the two of us work primarily with fashion faculty and students, we aimed our survey accordingly. To assess the current state of Luna usage, we sent a brief survey to our 28 declared fashion design majors and 11 faculty members. First, their responses showed little awareness of Luna. Most respondents, both faculty and students, didn't know what it was, and the few who had heard of it said that they rarely used it. Several students who did know about Luna said that they had learned about it from faculty members and librarians. We found this encouraging since it means that at least some of our faculty recognize Luna's value and are attempting to teach their students to use it as well. Given that librarians' exposure to students in the classroom is limited, securing faculty buy-in to Luna's usefulness is crucial. If faculty can have faith in Luna, they'll be more likely to learn how to use it and then to help students learn how to use it. Reported uses included retrieval of images for design portfolios by both students and faculty, and classroom use in the fashion show production class. Faculty teaching fashion show production stated that still images and videos of previous year's student fashion shows are useful when deciding on stage design and show direction. Respondents reported problems accessing Luna from off-campus. This was not surprising, as we only recently eliminated some technical barriers which had made off-campus access complicated. This did remind us, though, that we need to better instruct patrons on the new, easier system for off-campus access. Respondents also reported trouble searching for images, and again this confirmed our suspicions, as we too find the search interface non-intuitive and cumbersome. Certainly patrons can always ask for help in searching for images, but we'd prefer it if they were able to search effectively on their own. Although alumni were not surveyed, we have anecdotal knowledge of alumni using images from Luna. While alumni cannot directly access Luna themselves, several fashion design alumni have come to see Tiffany regarding images of their work during their time at VCUQ. They're mainly using these images to update their portfolios while applying for jobs. We also experienced a very dramatic story when a recent MFA graduate came in and told us that his house had recently burned down, taking with it all of his photographs of his MFA work and his MFA exhibit. Luckily, we were able to retrieve those photos from Luna and save his professional portfolio using those images. We want to be able to utilize Luna in our library instruction plan. It seemed like a unique resource to expose students to locally created and often student-created content, therefore giving them means to consider information literacy concepts in a more personal and relevant way. We now have confirmation that more students need to be exposed to Luna. They need more continuous exposure to Luna over the course of their studies so that they'll retain the knowledge through graduation. They need better instruction on how to access, search, and download images, and we know that much of the student use of Luna revolves around retrieving images of their own work, which presents an opportunity to demonstrate the system's value. We considered our survey results within the framework of visual literacy as defined in the ACRL Visual Literacy Competency Standards. We think they're helpful to any of us who work in art and design education, so I'll give you a moment to write down that URL in case you're unfamiliar with them. So that's http://www.ala.org/standards/visual literacy. Got it? Okay, we're moving on. According to the ACRL, quote, visual literacy is a set of abilities that enables an individual to effectively find, interpret, evaluate, use, and create images in visual media. Visual literacy skills equip a learner to understand and analyze the contextual, cultural, ethical, aesthetic, intellectual, and technical components involved in the production and use of visual materials. A visually literate individual is both a critical consumer of visual media and a competent contributor to a body of shared knowledge and culture. Unquote. The ACRL Visual Literacy Competency Standards parallel their Information Literacy Competency Standards in defining both visual literacy and information literacy in terms of effective identification of information needs, the ability to find, analyze, utilize, and present information effectively and ethically, whether it is textual or visual. So, based on our experience, the survey results, and the ACRL Visual Literacy Competency Standards for Higher Education, we developed a set of student learning outcomes for our fashion design students. These learning outcomes will be used to direct information literacy programming throughout the fashion design curriculum. Over the course of their studies at VCU Qatar, fashion design students will know what Luna is and what it contains. Students will be able to search Luna for images. Students will be able to export images from Luna. And students will understand their intellectual property rights as creators of artwork and images thereof. We feel particularly hopeful that this last learning outcome will prove to be the most impactful. We suspect that our students see intellectual property issues as dry, boring, and limiting when they are the ones wanting to utilize others' artistic output. But if they can see themselves as creators of information worth protecting, we think they'll develop a stronger understanding of copyright and other intellectual property issues. We were disappointed to see that even after we've offered a number of training sessions, faculty knowledge of Luna was still relatively low. If faculty don't know about and use Luna, they'll be unable to integrate it into their coursework, and much of its value will be lost. So we plan to develop a yearly ongoing training session on Luna for faculty. Though we will pitch it toward fashion design faculty in particular, we'll make it available to faculty from all subject areas. Our focus will be on aiding faculty in using Luna for their own purposes and helping them to teach students how to use the database in order to integrate it into their coursework. Luna offers not only a tool for digital asset management, but also an avenue for more effectively teaching students about visual literacy concepts. By more strategically educating our faculty and students in the use of Luna, we hope to broaden students' awareness of issues of image retrieval and use. As Tiffany and I were not able to attend this presentation in person, we welcome any questions or comments you have via email. Thank you for your interest and your input.